Key concept here, anytime we're using the word power, our goal and objective is on understanding and learning how to apply force as quickly into the ground as possible at the transverse arch. So the first couple of things you're going to notice here is as soon as we initiate the movement, everything is going forcefully down into the ground. So we have opposing hand and opposing foot immediately striking. Okay, so concepts here to understand. Number one, when we're performing the drill, we're creating those good triangles. So we have triangle here, here. Biggest thing too is tension from the foot is upward. So we're flexing that foot up towards the knee. The other thing to understand, it's very important, our arms have to match what our foot's going to do. So our body works in an X. So we have that opposite arm right here up because the knee is up as well. When we start to come through the motion, we're actually going to fall forward. That falling forward is being initiated by starting to push from this foot right here and then also squeeze the hips forward, directly straight. Now, one of the biggest things that's going to be key here is going immediately downward with our energy. So as soon as we make the decision that we're going to drive through the plate, we want the knee to travel immediately down, and we want this elbow to jam backwards at the same time, simultaneously, as powerfully as possible. So we notice knee is immediately down. What you're going to notice some kids do is they're going to try to pull their knee up to come down harder. That's a false interpretation of creating force, and they're going to apply that same principle when they're running, when they're sprinting, anytime that they go from a static position, meaning they're still, to trying to be explosive. They're going to go up or forward to go backward. All those false movement concepts we can eliminate by our coaching here. So we have to understand that we want immediately into the ground. Create the action that's going to create the potential for reactive forces. Big key component there. So once we strike the ground, notice I'm hitting the foot with that transverse arch, and the energy is being rebounded through my body, finishing. You see the crease in the shorts because the hips are driving through. I'm not really concerned about where my left knee is going. It just gets that way because of what I'm doing with my right leg. And that is the goal and objective here. Don't try to paint a picture that looks exactly like this. Feel the things that create this motion, which are violence with the forefoot. So our transverse arch between the big toe, great toe, and fifth metatarsal driving down. As soon as we hit the ground, we are driving our hips through. Okay, so key components here, once again, working through it. Knee down, elbow down. Finish driving through the hips. Notice I don't have a stiff knee. There is still some extension left right here, meaning the knee is still bent. Okay, so we want to understand that when we're hip driven, extension happens as we leave the ground. Because I'm not leaving the ground on purpose, I'm still going to have some slight bend right here.